A splash of sand, puddled into muddy mire, or interspersed by the wash of the reservoir, as its liquid tentacles spread like seeping blood, leaving the fragmented patchwork like a jigsaw with pieces missing, tufty clumps of reed, the rack and tangle of leafless branches dripping with silver thimbles of winter rain. Across the reservoir's glassy slab of almost frozen water, I can see towards the edgelands of the marsh, the turrets of bulrushes and phragmitis massed like stick-thin tribes of jungle hunters, the rickety spires of wickerwork trees dissolving in the January mists. I can see the gulls dancing their squawky air dances, with wings outstretched like curving pairs of scissors, nose-diving into the ripples, the Canada geese maintaining dignified distances, floating by as if to say they've seen it all before, ruddy ducks, unhurried drakes, coal-black coots with white chocolate beaks, and the moorhen swimming gingerly, pecking at the water with their ruby beaks, or treading on slightly wobbly legs, like nervous burglars, creeping through the few remaining clumps of green plant life, jutting heads in jerky, hungry twitches. As I sit within the sparse, cold cabin of the hide, my freezing fingers gripping a cheap pair of binoculars, my eyes switching between the Collins bird guide propped up before me on the wooden ledge and the icy expanse of the reserve, I see the Curlew, already out of the water, and sinking its webbed feet like anchors into the wet, gravelly sands that form the soggy border between the reservoir and the woodlands. The dusky crepe of the grey South Yorkshire sky is only dimly tinged by the glimmer of a weak, anemic sun, faintly burning behind a clotted swaddle of dense, darkening cloud. But in minutes, this early dark is prized apart from the east. Resurgent rays glaze the bird's undersides, and as he or she approaches, it is like looking at a walking sandcastle, hazily feathers topped by speckled brown and white wings. Then the clouds are overcast again, and the plumage looks like a collage of shredded brown bread, flecked in whipped cream. He is a he, stride waddling towards me through the drizzle, thin and lethal-looking beak hanging forwards like a curved screwdriver. The sky is further darkened, and the sun slips behind tobacco-coloured clouds. Now the bird is wholly darkened also, a mottily pebble dash, bundled up like an egg-shaped duffel coat, such as would be worn, I know, by a female with young, for even in my relative ignorance as a novice birdwatcher, I have learnt of this sacrificial, sad, yet selfless way in which unwanted attention is avoided by the pregnant female's sloughing off of excess colour. So now the Curlew is most definitely a she, and she inches closer, prodding across the earth, and seeming to single me out in a knife-like jab of her blade-esque beak, stabbing forwards like a bent finger, its colour somewhere between gunmetal grey and rich spidery black, the crooked nose of a shrivelled river witch, the horn of an extinct creature, the rigid syringe of some Frankensteinian wizard, poised to inject its magic chemicals into the frosty morning wind, which is billowing through the reeds and rain-smattered grass. Like a silent dream bird, the curlew, half male, half female, or an arcane blend of both or neither, drifts towards me over sodden earth, gazes at me like an atom, lost among vast galactic wastes, remembering its way through the timeless maze of evolution, all but sailing to the hide, over squelching sands and ragged scrolls of plantain, draggled like the locks of long-lost mermaids, and washed up on the stony banks of the fog-closhed, silver-grey reservoir.